presentation is about designing effective blended and online learning. Most so-called traditional face-to-face subjects today are blended in nature, with online resources incorporated into a subject in ways that support student learning. There are 5 core strategies for teaching blended or online subjects. Attend first to fundamentals of learning and teaching, keeping the pedagogy ahead of the technology. Maximise alignment of critical components. Establish and maintain cognitive, social and teaching presence. Introduce new technology selectively. Use formative evaluations systematically to refine the online blended material in each iteration. The fundamentals of learning and teaching come from Hattie from around 2009, where he talked about the foundational building blocks of any robust learning environment, whether it be face-to-face, online or blended. All robust learning environments should include clarity in explaining content, high academic challenge, time on task, timely feedback to students, and positive teacher-student relationships. The least effective learning methods are those which involve technology but are not based on the fundamentals. Unit design should not begin with fancy technologies, but with core components of learning and teaching, such as learning objectives, content, learning activities, assessment strategies, and the design of these together to achieve effective learning and teaching. Maximising alignment is critical and required in the 7 components of objectives, content, model of instruction, learner tasks, teacher roles, technology roles, and assessment. Misalignment adversely affects learning. The teacher's role in this space is that the teacher may need to surrender some of their power as subject experts to become co-learners with their students, building community and facilitating collaboration. The teacher's role shifts from delivering information to nurturing a group collaboration and supporting self-regulated learning amongst learners. Assessment in this space should emphasise authentic learning experience and serious games. The next most important thing is to maintain presence in the online or blended environment. Maintaining presence can be done if one applies the COI or Community of Inquiry framework, first put forward by Anderson in 2001. The COI is grounded in both constructivist and collaborative learning theory. Collaborative learning theory means that people can engage productively in learning when they are involved in problem solving or complex tasks with a group also interested in learning. The COI can also be used to design blended and online learning as a learning community. The COI framework has 3 kinds of presence that must be attended to in the online and blended learning and teaching environment. These 3 presence types are cognitive, social, and teaching. Cognitive presence refers to the exploration, construction, resolution, and confirmation of understanding through collaboration and reflection in a community of inquiry. This is also known as the Garrison model. Cognitive presence is maintained in blended learning space by clarifying the structure of the learning environment for learners, using a mix of individual and group assignments and bringing the content to the fore. Social presence refers to the ability to project oneself and establish personal and purposeful relationships. This concept was also put forward in the Garrison model in 2007. Social presence is maintained by starting out with a self-disclosure activity or introducing yourself to the group, acknowledging online contributions of each learner by name, and referring to other postings or contributions by people by name where possible. Teaching presence refers to the design, facilitation, and direction of cognitive and social processes for the purpose of realising personally meaningful and educationally worthwhile learning outcomes. This was first put forward by Anderson in 2001. What Anderson was trying to say in this particular type of presence was that there are 3 main components where teaching presence is really, really important. firstly in the instructional design, secondly in discourse facilitation, and thirdly in direct instruction. Teacher presence is maintained by identifying areas of agreement and disagreement, giving students the opportunity to explore areas of disparity and arrive at consensus where possible, by providing direct instruction when needed, and by remaining visible by providing encouragement and feedback throughout the online or blended learning unit. In addition, it's important that in the blended and online learning environment, one introduces new technology selectively. The guideline for adopting technology should be determined by considering the potential pedagogical effectiveness of a technology in relation to specific learning and teaching contexts. Lecturers should also consider the needs of older as well as younger participants in learning with technology. Students used to using Facebook, Twitter and so on in their social lives may resist these tools as valid learning tools. Thus, the need for evaluation is very important. You need to evaluate your unit to increase the effectiveness of the blended and online learning course that you're putting together. No matter how good the design, the enhancements should be made through rigorous evaluation. So, the bottom line, effective learning and teaching in online blended environments requires a multifaceted approach. To recap, you need to pay attention to what makes an effective learning environment, carefully align the 7 factors, attend to the CIOI framework and levels of presence, be selective about adopting new media tools, engage in systematic and rigorous formative evaluation. By following these principles, you won't guarantee a perfect subject, but you will help the teacher to harness the enormous potential of online and blended subjects to enhance the outcomes of higher education.